How do you calculate the area of a triangle? That's what we're about to find out. So before we begin, let's recap what a triangle is. A triangle is a three-sided polygon, and a polygon is a figure that can be drawn in a planar surface, okay, a two-dimensional surface, and it has to have straight edges or sides and also be a closed figure. And three sides, it also means the end value is 3. And to calculate the area of a triangle, we need two specific lengths, okay? We need the length of one of the sides, which probably is usually going to be down the bottom. We're going to call it B. And it's quite often called the base. Okay, we're going to call this the length of the base. And we also need a height, the height of the triangle. Now this is not just any height of the triangle, okay? We call it h. That would not work, okay? It is a special height. So just erasing that, the special height is this. Okay, it is a height that's drawn from the opposite vertex, okay, from the base, okay, and it has to come down and hit the base side at a 90-degree angle. Okay, and this line here that does that, it's called an altitude. Okay, so we have our base length, and we also have our height here, okay, the height of the altitude, or in other words, it could also be called the perpendicular height of the triangle. And the formula for the area of a triangle, it is very simple. It is 1/2 times the base times the height. Okay, pretty straightforward. Area of a triangle, a half base height. Okay, so this is a half times this length times this length here, okay? And you'll also give units for it, okay? If you're measuring in meters, then the units are going to be square meters. If you're measuring in feet, then the units are going to be square feet. And you always write that after your value. Got it? So that's the formula. And don't forget the units. Let's try a couple of examples. We're going to try 3. First one here, we have a triangle here, and we already have our altitude line drawn. Okay, we've got our perpendicular height, 5 centimeters, and our base is 8 centimeters. Okay, just like the formula said. So this is going to be our B value, and this is going to be our H value. Okay, we have our perpendicular height. So straight into the formula. Area, I'll use capital A, 1/2 BH. We'll just write the formula while we're getting used to it. A half. B is 8 and H is 5. Okay, remember what these are being multiplied. Times. A half times 8 is 4. 4 5s are 20. Okay, so our area is 20 square centimeters. Okay, for this triangle here. Let's try this one. This is not to scale, by the way. Okay, that 5 inches there and 7 inches. This one looks longer, doesn't it? Looks a bit weird. Okay, but let's ignore that. Area, okay, it's going to be a half base times height. But which is going to be our base and which is going to be our height? We've got 4 numbers here. So remember, height's going to be the perpendicular height. So can I use that as the base? And do we have a perpendicular height? No, we can't use this as the base. We don't know. We're actually going to use this as our base, okay? B is going to be 7 inches. And the perpendicular height is going to be not 5 because that's not perpendicular to that. This 4 inches here is perpendicular to it. Okay, so the 4-inch line there is perpendicular to the 7-inch. So the height is not inside the triangle, it's actually outside the triangle. But that doesn't matter, okay, as long as you have a base and a height that's perpendicular to that base. So it's going to be a half times 7 times 4. Half times 7 decimal. Okay, let's do rearrange this. A half times 4 is 2. 2 times 7 is 14. Okay, and this is going to be in square inches. Okay, so we rearrange the order that we multiplied there. We used the commutative property, didn't we? Okay, so the area of this triangle here is 14 square inches. This is not including this area, by the way. That's not the triangle. This part here is the triangle. 14 square inches. Third one over here, C. We've got a right triangle. Wow, this might make it easier, I guess. 1/2 BH. So what's my base and what's my height? You actually have a choice here. These two sides are perpendicular, so you can use this one as the base and this one as the perpendicular height. Or you could use this as the base and this is the perpendicular height. It doesn't really matter. I'll do the first one I said. Let's call this one the base, and let's call this one the perpendicular height, okay? Because these are at right angles to each other. Base, 14 times the height, 19. half times 14, 14, oh I can't do this, 7 times 19. What's 19 times 7? 63, 177 plus 6 is 13. Gives us 133, and our units square millimeters this time. Okay, so the area of this right triangle is 133 square millimeters. How are we doing with that? Good? Don't go away, it's now your turn. Please try example 2. Let's see you find the area of these three triangles. So this one, the measurements are in kilometers. That is going to be a really large area. So for each one, what is going to be your B value and what's going to be your H value and what is the area? Just keep in mind here for C, we are looking for this area here, okay? We are not including this area in the triangle, just this area of this triangle up here. Don't forget to include the correct units in your answers. If you ever need to type units for area, use the caret symbol. Feel free to share your answers in the comments. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.